Priscilla from Jal Yoga. So today we're going to do Barre Flow, which is going to take about 45 minutes or so. So all you need is a mat and a chair, a stable chair. If you don't have a chair, you can use a kitchen tabletop or a table, something that is stable for your weight, okay? And a ball and a pair of weights, okay? So what I'm using today is a ball and a pair of weights. So the ball, you can modify it with a block if you have, or if not, you can use towels. You have to grab a few and wrap it around, tie them up. So that will be a supporting, for your supporting use later. So a pair of weights you can modify using wine bottles, or you can use your mineral water bottle as well, okay? So let's get started. So we're going to come down to the mat and we're going to slowly come into a child's pose first, okay? Slowly, so try to spread that knee slightly apart, hip width distance apart, and slowly moving your fingertips over to the top of the mat, reaching out and come into your child's pose. Staying in stillness for 5 breaths here. Allowing your mind to calm down. Last 3 breaths. Slowly round yourself up to a tabletop position here. Start to come into a 4-point kneel. So wrists under your shoulders and your knees stacked under your hips. So we're going to start to do the stretching here, cat and cow pose. So we're going to start to inhale as you arch your back, look forward, and round your back as you exhale. So I want you to start to push. Imagine you're pushing your palms away from the mat, pushing yourself, looking under, looking towards your belly, and inhale again. Look forward. And exhale as you round, look at your belly, push yourself away from the mat, rounding the spine, giving a good stretch. And inhale one more time. We're going to do 3 more here. Inhale. So remember your shoulders here, really rolling that back as you inhale and round the back again. Pushing your palms away. And inhale, last one here. Relax your shoulders as you stretch. And round your back. Exhale, extend again. Coming back to your neutral spine. So we're going to start to tuck our toes here. We're going to start with a simple warm-up, okay? Before we start to move intensively with the flow. So we're going to start to push your knee up, okay? And we're going to do knee taps here, okay? We're going to do 8 here, 7, 6. Remember to breathe. 5, 4. Last 3, 2, last one, lift and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push yourself up to a downward dog here. Start to pedal your feet, pressing your palms away, pushing them away from the mat. So I want you to start to swivel your hips from left and right. Really get the movements as free as you can. Remember to breathe. Last 3 breaths. 2. And last one. We're going to stay here and start to flow to high plank here. So bring your feet together here. Flow to high plank. And back to downward dog. So inhale as you come to high plank. And exhale as you push yourself back to downward dog. Last 3 here. Last 2. And last one, stay here, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push yourself up to downward dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. And 2. And last one, back to high plank. This time we're going to move forward and back using the back heels, pushing your weight away, front and back. Moving forward and back. So making sure that your heels is really pushing it down as you stretch your calves. Pushing front and to the back. So you go forward and backwards. Forward and back. Last 2. And last one. Stay here. 3, 2, and 1. Back to high plank. So start to bring knees to chest here. We're going to start to run. Mountain climb 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring knees to chest again. This time kicking the left leg up. Bring it down again and coming up. Last 2. And last one. We're going to start to open up our hips here. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring knees to chest. So start to step your left foot in front, both in between your palms. Start to come into your high lunge here. Okay, so we're going to stay here really low. So making sure that your knee is tracking over to your second and third toe. So we're going to start to move down a little and up a little. Down a little and up a little. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come up into your warrior 2. Okay, we're going to start to move the left thigh, knees tracking forward a little bit more, bending even lower. Reverse your palms, come into your reverse warrior. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back, placing your forearms on your thigh, reaching your right arm over your ears. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Moving like a flow, coming back again, and back again. Last 3 here, and 2. Last 1, reverse warrior, stay here for 3, 2, and 1. So bring your left palm over to the mat, extending your right arm over to the ceiling, reaching or extending to the back. So try to open up the shoulders here. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Pressing your palms back on the mat. Okay? Going to start to kick your left leg up. Opening up your hips again for the last 3 breaths. And 2, and 1. Bring your left feet back. We're going to kick your right leg up. Opening up your hips here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring knees to chest. And kick it up again. Round it back here. Last 3. And 2. Last 1. Knees to chest. Bring your right feet in between your palms. Coming into your high lunge here. Okay, so the objective here is to make sure your right leg and knee and your thigh sits lower. Okay, so we're going to come up a little and go down a little here. Last 4, and 3, 2. Last 1. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to do my warrior 2 here. So your back, I'll be facing you here. Okay? So start to push your knee and your thigh all the way down, sit lower. Reversing your right palm, all the way push up. And then coming to your reverse warrior. Staying here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right forearm over to your thighs. So your left arm goes over your ears. Staying here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse. We're going to do this for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, reverse. Stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse again, so bring your right palm to the mat and extend your left palm all the way, reaching up the ceiling, lengthen your spine here, extend your arm to the back, open up your shoulders here. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left palm back on the mat, adjust your right palm, start to kick your right leg up, opening the hips. Staying here for last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right leg down. Okay? So we're going to come down into your downward dog. Staying here, catch your breaths for 3. Last 3 breaths here. 2, and 1. Come into your high plank here. Drop your knees. Okay, so we're going to start to come into a thread the needle here. So try to bring your waist under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Okay, so we're going to open up. We're going to do 4 here and scoop it under. Inhale as you lift your arms. Exhale as you scoop it. Last 2. Last one. Opening up. And scoop it under. Stack your shoulders on the mat. Reaching out your left palms. Coming to a bind. So scooping that right thigh. Okay? Staying here for 5 breaths. If you can't reach your right thigh, that's totally fine. You can just place the palms on your hips. On your right hips. Okay? So don't worry. This is your modification. If you can, reach the right thighs, okay? Last 3, 2, and 1. Unbind, okay? Pressing your left palms up. Right palm back to the mat. So we're going to do the left side now. Opening your left and scoop it under. Opening up again and scoop it under. Last 2. Last one. We're going to scoop it under and stack your left shoulders on the mat. Reaching your right palms over to your left thighs, come into a bind. So don't worry if you can't reach. Like I said, place it on your left hip, okay? That's totally fine, okay? Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. So coming back to your 4-point kneel here. We're going to start to move forward and back, okay, using our core here. So when you come into a 4-point kneel here, okay, so we're going to start to move our upper body forward and back. So forward. So make sure your shins and your feet is totally flat on the mat here. Shift forward and backward. So I really want you to focus here on your hamstrings and your glutes. This is to really stretch the hamstrings and the glutes here as you move back, okay? And forward again. And back. So focus on the hamstrings and your glutes as you move back. As you move forward, I want you to focus on your core. Come into your neutral spine and move forward. And back. Last 3 here. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2. Last 1. Forward. And back. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back forward. Stay here for last 5. Engage your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your 4-point kneel. Start to tuck your toes here. Push yourself up to a downward dog. Bring your feet together. Start to pat your feet here. And you can swivel your hips left and right. Really get your movements here totally going. So you can start to move dynamically later, okay? Last 2 breaths. And slowly walk yourself up to the top of the mat. Yes. And I'm sweating. So palms down, soften your knees. So I want the feet to be hip distance apart. So start to soften your knees. Okay? Have the fingertips all the way down. I want you to push yourself up. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. We're going to do 3 breaths here. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Last 2. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Okay, so this time, we're going to place our palms together, do heart center here. We're going to start to move ourselves up. Roll all the way up, okay? Without extending the knees here, I want you to roll up, soften your knees, and go down again. So we're going to do 10 here, okay? We're going to come up and down. Without extending the knee here, last 7, and 6, 5, 4, and 3, last 2, and last 1. Stay here in your squat. I want you to focus on your glutes here to really move your bum really towards the back, shifting the weights to the back and sit low. We're going to start to stay here for 3 breaths. 3, 2, 1. We're going to pause a little for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Suck your belly in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming up. And roll your shoulders. We are done with the warm-up. So now we're going to move on to hand weights. Okay? Let me just wipe down my sweat. I'm already sweating. Okay. So if you have 2 water bottles or 2 mineral bottles, you can use them. Or if you have 2 bottles of wine, just be careful you don't drop them. Because they are made of glass. Just be careful, fragile. So either way, for people who has shoulder injury or back injury, they are not very good with weights. You can do without weights. So don't worry about that. I think the focus here is to really the movements, because no matter how you use your weights, even if it's a heavy weight or a less weight, if you don't engage their muscles, you are not really using it. So the idea here is to really use your muscle. Even I don't use weights, I am still using my muscle. It's the resistance. Okay? So don't worry about that. So we're going to start to come into a second mark position here. Okay, this is my second position. Opening up to your 10 and 2 o'clock. So we're going to start to bring our elbows closer to our body here, side body. Okay? So we're going to bring it to our obliques. Okay? So we're going to stretch it up. Extend your long fingers out and squeeze it in. This is your upper mid-body exercise. Squeeze it in here. Reaching out and squeeze. Reaching out and squeeze. So make sure you are also engaging the core here as you reach out and squeeze. We're going to combine it with a little bend here with a second right hand. Coming in 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze. Going down and forward. Squeeze and reaching up. We're going to do 8 here. 7, 6, 5. Remember to squeeze and breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze and hold here. Stay with me. I promise you will get better. So we're going to start to pulse it in, really squeezing in. Look at your muscles here. Focus on the muscles and squeezing here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, coming back up. Ready? So we're going to bring this in now towards the front. Okay? So we're going to bring it up. We're going to open and close. So we're going to bend, open, and close. We're going to do 10 here, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here. So we're going to bring the elbows slightly closer, and we're going to pulse it here for 10, 9, 8, sink lower, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up. Okay, we're going to bring it down this time. Okay, this time we're going to start to open and close, okay? Chest press here, but we're going to slightly lean forward this time, engage the core. We're going to close and open. We're going to do combo in a while. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Close, open. We're going to bend and reach up, okay? We're going to do 8 here, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Stay here. We're going to open up, stay back, sit lower. Okay, we're going to draw tiny circles here, really tiny here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to reverse, palms facing back. We're going to start to come slightly inclined, and we're going to push it back. 10 times here, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it front, coming up. Okay. Now we're going to turn, swivel over to your right side. So your right feet will be at the top of the mat here. Okay. So we're going to come into a 90-90 lunge here. We're going to squeeze our glutes and go down. Your 90. This is your 90 lunge. Okay. So we're going to start to press, bring the weights up to your bicep level, bring up a full one. Okay, let's do this. We're going to do 10 here, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here. Ready? We're going to reach up and down, reach up and down. Reach up and down. We're going to combine this together with your 90 lunge. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay low. We're going to pulse a little here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up. Ready? Right. So we're going to start to move our upper body forward, incline. Okay, we're going to start to bend your right knee, tracking over to your second and third toe. So your left back leg should stay straight. We're going to start to press. Bring your arms all the way to the back. Okay, we're going to start to lift and lower. So making sure they are slightly wide apart here. Okay, the idea is to work on the triceps. Last 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lift and hold here. We're going to do tiny little pulses up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to press, turn, palms facing each other. We're going to do press the palms together here. Okay? Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? You're going to bring it down. Then you're going to bring it up again. And down. Let's do some recovery here. And down. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Ready? So we're going to swivel and turn over to your left. So your left feet would be facing the mat, top of the mat. So your right will be right behind. So coming to a 90 lunge here again. Okay, 90 lunge. So make sure your right knee is looking like a 90 degrees angle. Okay, so I want you to have both weights together this time. We're going to come into an elbow bicep curls. So lifting the weights only up to 90 degrees here. And back to elbow level. So we are not going to extend all the way down. You're going to stay here and lift. Okay? So we're going to go down. We're going to do 10 here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going down, press it up. We're going to pulse a little here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, ready? So I'm going to turn over to you so you can see how it looks like. So it looks like this as I pulse. So this time we're going to slightly open up. Okay, looking like a W shape. Okay, so we're going to start to pulse it here. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. I will stay in this position so you can see me. So we're going to close and open. So working on that elbows and your triceps here. Open and close. So squeeze that muscles. 10 here. 9, 8, 7. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Open up and squeeze it in. Hold here for 10, 9, hold, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring your palms and your arms down. Start to move your feet, your right feet together. Okay. So this time we're going to start to open up. Second wide position. Okay. We're going to start to work on the muscles here, which is your scapular muscles. Okay. So we're going to start to reach out, arms forward. Okay. For those who are using wine bottles, the circumference of the bottle is wider, so just hold one will do. Okay? So we're going to start to lift the elbow up. Okay? We are going to move up and down. Really slow movements here. Okay? We're going to do 10 here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to bring up. This is your fifth position, okay? So we're going to start to bend. We're going to lift, okay? So we're going to stay here and bend. And coming up again. And bend and up. We're going to do 8 here and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to go down, bend, stay here. We're going to start to shift the weight to equally balance. We're going to come into our tippy toes, so raising your right heel up. So coming to your tippy toes, you elevate. So we're going to pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and up. Down and up. Last 3. I promise it's ending soon. We're going to the next one. 2 and 1. Bring up. Change sides. Lift your left heel up. Tippy toes. We're going to stay here for 5. Pulse it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Bring it down and up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Okay? Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press your heels back. Bring your arms down. Okay? So we're going to slightly shift the front body, weight forward. So I'm going to stay here in this position so you can see. Open up your second wide. Okay? You're going to bring it down, all the way down. Shift your weight down. So I want you to really relax your spine here, your lumbar. Okay? So really move the weight all the way down to your head. So start to pop the weights down. Okay? So using your palms and your fingertips to really engage, hold onto the mat. Using your spine all the way in your neck and your head. Okay, I want you to really bend forward. Soften your knees. Really drop your head down and relax here for 3 breaths. Finding the stillness. Okay, so now we're going to start to roll ourselves up, but before that, we are going to start to move the knees. We're going to bend a little and stretch a little. Bend a little and stretch a little. We're going to do 5 here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet together. Okay? So bend your knees. We're going to start to roll ourselves back now. So we're going to roll vertebrae one at a time. Really softening the shoulders and your head. Feeling the length of your spine. Reaching out to the shoulders, your cervical, and all the way to the top of your head. Reaching out, inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. And we are done with our upper, mid body, and arms. We're going to move down to our thighs and our glutes. Good news. So time to burn our booty. Okay. So get ready your bar. So you will have a chair with you or a kitchen top. I heard some people has been doing bar at home using their kitchen top and stoves. Sometimes I use the window grill at home for fun. Okay, so you're going to stand facing the bar or your kitchen top. Okay, so you're going to bring feet together this time. I want you to slowly soft bend the knees down. Okay, I want you to really tilt that tailbone in, really lengthen that tailbone, lengthen the spine, and engage your core here. So you zip up your pelvic and squeeze your bum up, squeeze your glutes here, going down. Okay. So we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying here. So we're going to start to bring our heels up together. Okay? So remember to lengthen the tailbone. We are going to start to pulse. We're going to pulse 10 here. Really tiny little pulse. So it should be 1 inch up and 1 inch low. So we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay. Sit low. Last 5. Smile. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the heels down and come up. Burn. Okay. Ready? This is only a warm-up for your glutes and your thighs. This time round, we are going to releve coming up into your tippy toes. So lift your heels up. If you can't lift all the way up, that's fine. Bring it down a little. Okay? Or even a little. Okay? This time we are going to turn our body. Sorry, we're going to press the heel down. Okay, we're going to start to turn to your right side. Okay? So making sure that your feet are square together. We're going to start to bend and bring the heels up. So we're going to make sure that the upper body is square to your bar. So we're going to go down a little and up a little. Go down a little and up a little. Down a little and up a little. So don't extend that knee totally here. We're just going down a little and up a little. Last 4 here. And 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Stay here for last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come up. Okay, start to bring the right foot back. So we're going to do 90 lunge here. So your left hand holding onto the bar. So we're going to press 90 lunge up and tap. Press it down and tap. Last 6 here. And 5, 4, 2. Last one, 90 lunge. Stay here and pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that really good. Okay, so we're going to switch over to the left side. We're going to start to bring the feet together. Okay? So we're going to lift the tippy toes and turn. Okay? So your back, my back should be facing you. Okay? So we're going to start to lift. Okay? We're going to start to bend and lift the heels up. Okay? And I want you to move your upper body square to the bar. Okay? So we're going down and up. So remember, don't extend the knees. It's just really tiny movements here. Super tiny here. Okay? Last 6 here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Stay low. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press your heels back. Ready? So we're coming to do the 90 lunge here. So left palms on your left hips. We're going to bring the left foot over and press it down and tap. Press and tap. We're going to do 8 here, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 90 lunge here, hold here, pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. Okay, so we're going to start to move our body to the next level. Let me just pop the weights one side. So if you have a ball, you can use a ball, but if you don't have, a block is fine, or a few towels, just wrap it up, okay? So we're going to profile to bar, stand facing the bar, okay? So with the ball, squeeze in between your hamstrings and your calf, okay? So you should be slightly forearm distance away from the bar, okay? So I want you to start to focus that your standing leg should not be standing lock knees for too long, so you should soft bend this, soft bend your standing leg, okay? So you're going to start to move the right, okay, coming into your crane. So you should point your toes and start to point up and bring it forward. So as you point out, okay, I want you to engage the glutes here and bring it forward, engaging the core here, and up again, and engage the core. We're going to do 8 here, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, last 1. We're going to hold here, bring nearer to you, so knees towards your chest, and squeeze and hold, engage your core here for 10, 9, 8. You can add a little pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Still standing in the same position. We're going to open and close. Open and close. For some of you who has difficulty or challenges opening, what you can do is to bring your knees nearer and open. Okay? Open and close. Last 6 here. And 5, 4. So your standing leg should be soft bend. 3, last 2, last 1, open, lift and hold, pause it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Okay, unball, shake it out. You probably will feel this side is working, but this side is burning. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Okay, we're going to move to the back side. Okay, ready? So we're going to switch the ball, your block, or your towels, okay? So we're going to start to shift your weight, forearms slightly distance apart. standing leg, we're going to soft bend. Okay? So look in front. We're going to start to point our left toes here and reach up. And engage as you round your back. Point and come forward. Point and bring it to the front. 6 here. 5. Remember to breathe. 4. And 3. 2. Last one. We're going to bring the knees nearer to your chest. So start to round the back, engage your core, lift the knee higher, squeeze the ball, hold it here. Okay, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Add a little pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring it back. We're going to start to open and close. Open and close. Last 6 here. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lift and hold. We're going to pulse it up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Ready? Okay, we're going to pop the ball down now. Okay. We will use it later. Okay, we're going to start to do some side lifts for the leg. Okay, I want you to stand sideways facing the bar or your kitchen tops. Okay, so touch it, hold it. Okay, stand straight. We're going to come into feet parallel here. So it should be your hip distance apart, hip width distance apart here. So I want you to slightly just lean back a little. Just don't lean too much, okay? It's supposed to support you, okay? Lean. So we're going to start to lift the outside leg, which is my right here. Okay? So I want you to focus on the toes here, your feet. It should be pointed. Okay? So I want you to start to use your right palms to hold your hips here. So I want you to lift and low here. Lift and low. We're going to do 8 here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift and hold. We're going to draw tiny circles here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? We're going to flex. We're going to push our knee in. So make sure that your heels is quite aligned with your hips. We're going to push it out again, okay? Pushing it in and out. In and out. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Stay here. We're going to pulse it up. I want you to pulse, opening up the thighs here, okay? Pulse it up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to turn to the other side. Okay? Which means that I might be facing you, the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the chair over here. And we can do the opposite sides. Perfect. Okay? Same thing. Side profile to bar. So I want you to focus on your hips and your feet parallel, hip width distance apart. Okay? So start to move your fingertips over to your hips here. Then start to lift, point, and touch. Lift and low here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lift and hold. We're going to draw tiny circles here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to write your name. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? We're going to flex and push it in. And push it out. Feel the resistance as you bring it up. Bring your feet out. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. bring it up, squeeze your glutes here. I want you to start to open up your thigh as a thigh turn up. I want you to turn up here for 5 pulses here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and bring it down. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to start to move into more glutes and thigh workout here. But we're going to move on to the mat here so that we can start to feel a little bit more of the glutes. Okay? So start to come down on the mat here. Okay, just let me wipe down my sweat. Okay. So we're going to come into a 4-point kneel here. Okay. I'm going to need this later. Okay. So 4-point kneel. Okay. So if you have the ball, use the ball. Do not use the towels or your block. Okay. So we are going to come into a forearm. So I want you to focus on a neutral spine here. So don't come into an arch or don't round your back. Neutral spine, okay? So forearms placing on the mat. Try not to interlace your fingers because this will not give you the actual centering of the weight of your body. Using the forearms parallel, okay? I want you to use the ball, okay? I'm going to show you how is this done if you don't have a bar, okay? So using the ball, squeeze in between your hamstrings and your calf here, okay? Ready? So make sure that your knees are below your hips. So we're going to come into a crane here, okay? So I want you to point your toes up, okay? So try to wrap your right hip in so that you are able to square your hips, okay? Otherwise you'll be flaring this up. So wrap it in, square your hips. So we're going to start to lift and low. Lift a little and low a little. So we're going to lift and low back to your hips level. We're going to do 8 here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay here. We're going to squeeze the ball, okay? We're going to slightly squeeze. So it's like squeezing the ball, pulsing, okay? So at the same time, I want you to take attention on your neck. So your neckline shouldn't be dropping. I want you to really lift your shoulders up and really looking, eyes gazing in the center of the mat in between your palms, okay? So we're going to squeeze the ball here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze and hold here. Ready? So we're going to bring this position, right knee over to your left. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze, and lift. Squeeze it over and lift. Squeeze it over and lift. Last 7. And 6. 5. Last 4. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're going to just cross over to your left like a curtsy on a 4-point kneel, okay? We're going to cross it over, squeeze the ball, and lift, okay? So we're going to lift here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I guarantee you will burn here 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and hold, squeeze the ball for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. On ball, and slowly pressing your palms on the ball, come into your child's pose. Stretch the hamstring out first here. 3 breaths. Slowly come back up. And now I'm going to squeeze over to your left. So I'm going to turn here so you can see, okay, my movements of my left. So remember, forearm has to be parallel on the mat, okay? So you'll be centering your weight right in the middle. So you don't go left, you don't go right, okay? So knees above, okay? And I want you to make sure your knees stack under your hips here, okay? Neutral spine, ready? So we're going to start to lift your left leg up. Point your toes, okay? So we're going to start to lift and bring it down to your hip level. Lift and bring down. Lift and bring down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and hold here. Okay, we're going to start to squeeze the ball again, like this. So we're going to do 10 here, squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze and hold. We're going to cross it over to your right. Okay, like a curtsy here. Okay, and lift up. Cross it over to your right. And squeeze it up. Cross it over to your right. And squeeze it up. Last 7. And 6. Remember to squeeze the ball. Squeeze to your right and squeeze it up. 4. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're going to stay cross curtsy here. Okay. Squeeze the ball. We're going to lift. Slightly tilted, facing to your right side. Okay. To the right side of the mat here. So we're going to start to do a little pulses here. Squeeze and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm starting to feel the burn too. So we'll start to bring it back and slowly bring your knees back to your mat. Unball and come into your child's pose. Palms together. Stay here for 3 breaths. Slowly run your spine, coming up. Okay, we're not going to use the ball for now, so you can pop it up to one side. Sorry, let me just wipe it. I'm soaking wet here. Okay. So we're going to focus on the last glute exercise here. So what I'm going to show you is we're going to lie down side on the mat, okay? So I want you to really bring your forearms down here this time, okay? And stretch. So I want you to stretch your legs out this time, all the way. So you're going to start to prepare, so making sure that your hips are stacking on top of each other. So you're going to bring the legs in, the knees in, sorry. Okay, so I want you to start to place both feet together, stacking on top of each other. So that feet and your heels should move slightly towards the back of your, so towards the back, align with your hips, okay, with the bum up here, okay? So we're going to start to open, and close, okay? So this part here, as you open, I want you to engage the glutes here, really engaging your glutes here, okay? So we're going to start to bring both feet together, okay, and press. And open. Point and open. Point the knees and open. Point the knees and open. Point the knees and open. Point and open. We're going to do 8 here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. We're going to lift up, point. So now we're going to start to point our toes together, our big toes together. Okay, we're going to start to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly close it. Okay, now we're going to switch sides over to your right side. Same thing. So the forearm, your right forearm will be on the mat. So just make sure your elbow is stacked right below your shoulders here. Okay. So your hips should be stacking on top of each other. Okay. So extend your legs first. So your left palm should be in front of you, near to your chest level. Okay. So we're going to start to fold. Bring your knees slightly closer and the heels towards the back of your bum. Okay. So we're going to start to press. So we're going to start to extend here, open and close. Open and close. So this is actually a workout, good for you. You're actually working on your glutes here. Yep. So try to feel that burning sensation here. Okay. So making sure that your feet are really stacked together as you open and close. So try to point your knees towards the right knee here. We're going to do 8 here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to open. So we're going to pulse it up, opening the knee here, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly close. Ready? So now we're going to start to extend both legs. We're going to start to come into a supine position here, lying on your back. We're going to start to stretch a little here before we come into a core. So I want you to start to stretch your arms, both arms wide apart and your feet wide apart, looking like a starfish. So gazing up the ceiling here, inhaling and exhaling here. 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Last 2. And last 1. So we're going to come into a Starfish Crunches here. Okay, I call it Starfish Crunch. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to start to bring the arms up and the knees up, okay? We're going to come up, reach, and extend into a starfish again. And then we're going to close it up. And inhale. So we're going to inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1, try to bring your shoulders blades off the floor, squeeze your knees towards your chest, stay in here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Okay, this time we're going to start to move our knees together. Okay, so bring them together this time. So palms by your side. Okay. So make sure that your spine is in your neutral spine. There should be a little arch here, that's fine. But as you start to bring your knees into the tabletop position, you will start to draw that navel towards your spine. So meaning you will start to feel that the back of the muscles here start to stay totally flat on the mat, okay? So draw that belly towards the spine, okay? Neutral, you have a little arch, that's fine. So bring knees to your chest, tabletop. Draw navel to your spine. Suck in your belly, bring it low. Okay? So come into tabletop position here. I want you to focus on the lower abdominal muscles here to engage that transverse abdominals. So we're going to start to do our heel taps. Okay? We're going to do heel taps today. We're not going to do toe taps. Okay? Toe taps is a little bit simple. So we're going to do heel taps. So we're going to start to flex. Okay? So draw the navel to your spine here. So we're going to bring the right heel down, tap, and bring it up. And right heel tap, and bring it up, okay? So make sure that you draw the belly to your spine. You shouldn't have an arch on your back, okay? Last 8 here. 7. So thinking that you're lengthening, okay? That heels, so reaching up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Okay, now we're going to move both feet together, heel taps, okay? Ready? Engage your core, draw navel to your spine. We're going to bring it down slowly. and bring it up. So engage the core here. This is your lower abdominal muscles workout. So imagine that you are really lengthening that knee, bring it forward and heel taps. We're going to do 6 more here. Last 5. Inhale as you bring up, exhale as you bring down. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to bring it down. We're not going to touch the mat. So heel, tap but not tap. So we're going to stay here. Okay, engage your lower abdominal, draw navel to your spine here. We're going to start to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up again. This time we're going to bring it all the way down the feet. Okay. Take a few breaths here to relax before we move to the next set. Okay, bring both knees back into your tabletop. This time we're going to point our toes. Okay, draw navel to your spine, engage your core here. I want you to bring this time really nearer to your chest. Okay. So, ready? So we're going to start to bring our shoulders slightly above up. We're going to lift off that shoulder blades, okay? So making sure you're lifting off that shoulder blades. It should not be resting this way, really lifting off, okay? So I want you to start to focus on this part, okay? So we're going to start to move our legs straight. We're going to extend and squeeze the knees, the left knee to my chest, okay? So extend and right, squeezing to my chest. So right and left here. Shoulder blades off the mat. Eyes should be gazing towards the knees. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift off further. Bring your knees together. We are going to lift the arms up to hip level. We're going to stretch both legs out and in and out and in. Okay? Squeezing it in, extending it out. Last 8 here. 7, 6, 5, 4. If the neck is too much for you, you can use one of the palms, hold it. 3, 2, last one, hold it here, extend for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Oh. Okay, 2 more to go. Alright, we're going to come into tabletop position again. Okay, different variation this time. We're going to start to bring both palms together, stacking on top of each other so you don't interlace. I want you to bring it over to your neck here, behind your neck, okay? So lift the shoulders up off the mat, shoulder blades off the mat. We're going to start to reach the right arm. So your right elbow should twist and twist over to your left and right. We're going to stand here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Hug your knees to your chest. Last one for your core. Okay? So I want you to bend your knees here. Okay? I want you to slowly lift your body up. Okay? So shoulders, shoulder blades, okay? All the way up. Okay, this time we're going to roll all ourselves down again. So we're going to try to roll down. Okay? Bring your arms up. Okay, and coming up, reaching towards your knees. Sitting straight up. And round your back, curl, C curl. Tuck your belly in, scoop your belly, Roll all the way down. Arms towards the floor and extending up to the ceiling. Inhale as you rise and exhale as you reach. Inhale, scooping the belly, and slowly exhale all the way down. 5 more. Arms up to the ceiling, scooping your belly all the way up. Reaching forward, sitting tall and straight here, sitting on your 2 sit bones here. And going back again. Exhale, scoop the belly, engage your core, round your back, C-curl all the way. Vertebrae 1 beat at a time. Arms towards the ceiling and over your head and to the floor. Last 4. Reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale. All the way up. Sitting on your 2 sit bones. And rolling back, exhaling, scooping your belly, round your spine, slowly going down. Last 3. Last 2. Reach, reach, reach. Try to reach as far as you can. Try to lengthen. And scooping the belly all the way down. Last 2. Bring your arms up. Scoop, lift, and reach your arms. Going down, scoop the belly, round your back. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Last one. Arms reaching up the ceiling. Ready? Coming up. Engage your core. Sit tall, sit on your sit bones, reaching out here. Rounding the spine, scooping your belly, going away from your sit bone and away from your thighs, all the way, scooping your belly all the way down. And we are done with the abs. So start to lengthen and extend your both legs, your knees. Start to relax here. You can start to turn the legs. You can start to move them, rotate. Okay, so still on the mat, we're going to do this last one here. We're going to do a bit of stretches here. Okay, so I want you to start to spread the legs slightly apart. Okay, wide apart actually. So coming like, looking like a starfish. So I want you to use your elbow here to really move, okay, sideways towards to your thighs here. Okay, coming to your hips here and reach out again. Okay, so I want you to really squeeze here and extend it. Squeeze your right and extend. We're going to do 8 here and extend. 7 and 6. 5, 4. Really stretching it out. 3 and squeeze and extend. 2. Last one, we're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So while you're actually working here, you're actually extending, stretching your leg as well, okay? So we're going to move to the left side now. Same thing, spread your feet apart, arms wide, extended, looking like an X starfish. So we're going to start to move the left elbow towards your hips, okay, laterally, okay? So we're going to move And extend here, last 8. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold it here, squeeze. Squeeze your elbows to your hips here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Start to turn and rotate your body here. Start to move, swivel left and right. The idea here is to move freely, feel more relaxed as we are cooling down. So I want you to bring your legs all the way up. So bring this left leg, anchor it down. So try to stretch the hamstrings here. So try not to pull too hard, just slightly lift off shoulders blade off the mat and stretch. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Release. The left leg up. Stretch. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Start to bend. Okay, so this time we're going to bring the legs up, coming into a figure of 4 here. So bend your right knee. This is when you start to press the knee. So try to bring the right knee nearer to you. Okay. So this is a good stretch for your hamstrings, for your left hamstrings here. Stay here for a few breaths. So we're going to switch sides, but before that we're going to stretch it up. So this leg will stay here as a 4. So we're going to cross it over. Okay? So still lifted off the mat. We're going to start to turn over to your left. It doesn't matter which side, just turn. And place the legs down. So the idea is to get the shoulder blades off the mat here. So the shoulder blades slightly lifted off is fine. So I want you to feel that you're stretching your muscles here, your obliques and your back. Stretching here, staying here for a few breaths. Last 2 breaths. And slowly bring yourself up again. This time we're going to change sides. So come into a figure of 4 with your right opposite side. So the left knee stays bent. So you're going to bring. So push your left knee towards your chest here. So we're going to start to stretch our right hamstrings. Stay here for 3 breaths. Last 2. And 1. Okay. So we're going to cross this right over to your left. Looking like seated on a chair with your legs crossed. So this time you're going to turn it over to your right side. So try to shift your weight all the way to your right side. Arms by the side. Just let it drop it off, okay? Don't worry about it. The idea is to lift off your left shoulder blades off the mat. Stay here for a few breaths. Really stretching out the left obliques and your left muscles, your back muscles. Last 3 breaths. 2. And last one. Come all the way up. We're going to change sides now. Okay, so we're going to turn to your right again this time. And stretch. Bring yourself up again. Switch sides. And you're going to toss it over to the left. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. You can also come into a happy baby pose here. Okay, opening up your hips. So palms of the feet facing up the ceiling. You can rock side to side. Slowly bring your feet together. Bring it down to the mat all the way, extending the stretch. Reaching your arms towards the top of your head and stretch it out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. We're going to start to scoop ourselves up, okay? So palms reaching up the ceiling. We're going to start to slowly round our neck up. Slowly. All the way up. Start to soften your knees here. Slowly rolling up. Roll your shoulders. You're going to start to turn. I'm going to turn to you so you can see. Okay. So you can sit with your legs crossed. So make sure that you're sitting on your two sit bones here. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of side stretches here, right and left, okay, before we end. Okay, I want you to start to place your left palms on the mat here. So really slowly going down, and your right arm reaching up the ceiling, overhead here, and stretch your right obliques here. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to tilt your body, eyes gazing the mat, reaching out your palms to the right corners of your mat here for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back, coming up again, coming back to center. So right palm going down the mat, left palm over your head, reaching up towards the ceiling, extending, feeling the length here. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tilt your body down, eyes gazing the mat, reaching your fingertips towards the top, the left of the mat here. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back again. Extending all the way up, coming back to center. So I want you to start to slowly soften your eyes, soften your facial muscles. Relax your shoulders here. Relax the gaps in between your eyebrows. Close your eyes. Stay here for 3 breaths. Bring your palms to your heart center. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you for joining me today at my Barre Flow. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me at the video. I hope you enjoy it. So do give us a like on the video and comment. And do follow us on the Facebook and the IG as well as the YouTube channels. So hoping to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.